From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountain. From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains. Through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentary.
Good afternoon and welcome to ATN Society Watch. This is a program where we ventilate societal issues, give them aggregate attention with a view to proffer solutions that will benefit humanity. First, the headlines. Femicide, a silent epidemic of violence against women. For child defilement, spate of crisis shock Nigerians, urgent attention needed. And working women balancing between career and family. Remember that we are open for advert placement, news and event coverage, personality, society and political interviews, product, service promotion and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, on Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1 on Twitter. We're on Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website on www.atlanticnetwork.tv. We go on a quick break, and when I get back, I'm going to introduce my guest to you. Please stay with us.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains. Through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what
I have fought a very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
have an amazing guest with me in the studio with whom we are going to dive into this discourse. You know, she's looking very beautiful. Madam Susan Serikana Nwikana, so glad to have you join us today, ma.
Thank you very much.
She's the chairperson, Nigerian.
Thank you very much.
You look amazing.
Happy New Year,
Happy
listeners.
New Year. Thank you so much, ma. We go right into it. Femicide, the silent epidemic of violence against women. Now, femicide is the killing of women and girls based on their gender. Is a harsh reality facing Nigeria today. It's not just a statistic, it's a story of lives cut short and families shattered. The violence, a grim reflection of deep loss Nigeria over the past year, exposing its chilling frequency. Recent cases underscore the urgent need for action. Tamilola Olowoyo was kidnapped and murdered in a case revealing the ritualistic nature of some femicide crimes. Data from November to December 2023 showed 14 reported cases ranging from a 3-day-old infant to a 70-year-old woman. Domestic violence accounted for half of these cases in December, with intimate and non-intimate partner violence making up the remainder. These figures demonstrate the pervasive danger women face in various settings. Despite the frequency of these crimes, justice is often elusive. Weak judicial system, cultural norms that normalize abuse, and societal silence contributes to a circle of impunity. Now, addressing this crisis requires multifaceted action. Stronger laws and their effective enforcement are essential. When we look at, you know, the rise in femicide cases all over Nigeria. You know, the case of Adaidu Salome is rather sad. It's been on the news trending for a few days just now, where her head was cut off and her body parts were butchered into 15 pieces, cleanly cut and tied in 6 polythene bags. What are your thoughts on that when you look at this story?
Well, it was really disturbing, and you ask yourself what is really going on in Nigeria.
Right.
Because for the fact that I'm the state chairperson, Nigerian Association of Women Journalists Rivers State Chapter, and this event is taking place in Rivers State, right. I think taking analysis of what is going on from the state, I want to, like said, this situation is not really welcoming. Right. But cutting a woman's part and putting 15 bags, as in, what is the mind of the perpetrator before doing that? What was his plan? What was he? I went out on my 15th of January, 12th of January was my birthday, and I went out. I got to where I went out to take some. My friend took me out just for me to feel free, celebrate the birthday. Yeah. And I saw girls, small boys. I just concluded they are Yahoo boys. Are you seeing? Now, when I took this conclusion, you see the small girl that followed them. They are underage. Right. Now, these underage children comes back home to their parents with big money. I'm taking from the aspect that, is it that women are so prone to their deceits? Right. That's the aspect I'm trying to go deep now into. A child comes home, that child of maybe 17 years, because that's where I can analyze the age of that child. That girl that
the one you saw, yes.
And she was with, there were 2 of them, they were with these 2 boys there. I looked at her, she wasn't comfortable enough. What she did now was to tell the guy, let them change seats. So they started backing us. You understand? But now, my mind went straight to the parents. This your daughter goes out and comes back and brings you money or not, or comes back and drive one expensive car. And you don't ask, how come? Now, do you think that neglect from parents has aided this? It's aiding it seriously. It's aiding it seriously. Parents, not only neglect. Neglect, you will say, is ignorant. Parents does not neglect, rather encourage. Now, do you think this encouragement, from your perspective, comes from a place of
the hardship in the economy. People, you know, many, you know, you're a career woman yourself. Many parents are out there working so hard. Do you think that this stems from, okay, I'm very busy, or we don't make enough, and these children are now thrown under the bus to say, okay, let's look for a way to assist our families? Because given in recent times, you find out that many children are now the breadwinners of families.
That's what I'm saying. Now, you say because of the hardship, you push your child to the world. I don't know if you get.
Right.
You are exposing that child to danger. Especially the girl child to danger. And that is why you see many of them are falling victims of these ritualists, of these Yahoo boys. They use their part, use their destiny, and make them useless. It's so disturbing when you look at a girl, you see a girl on the street gone mad. Suddenly, what happened? They have used their destiny.
Why is this whole Yahoo?
Have been used.
Why do you think this whole Yahoo thing has become so prevalent now?
Because you don't even need to ask. Everybody wants to get quick rich. Some few days ago, I was in this National Orientation Agency event, NOAA, and they said they are trying to talk against the issue of getting quick. They are against the issue of getting quick rich syndrome. You see a child, in those days, was it like that? That an underage child will be driving a car that you don't even imagine it. So expensive. And the law is not taking any cost on them.
Now, how come, you know, given that, for me, myself, when I was growing up, we had a pattern where you're expected to go to school. Many parents say, go to school, face your book. So when you come out, when you get into civil service or you can work in the bank, you know, the expectations. Now, why do you think these expectations have become so high on these children that makes them want to, you know, put their hands into things and in turn, especially now when we look at
why it is so high now is because you finish your university, no job.
So, right, I wanted us to look at it now on two angles. From the point of, are we going to say, from the point of the boy child, economic hardship, same with the point of the girl child, right? Now, these people decide to go into all these Yahoo and rituals and all of those due to economic hardship, right?
Yes.
In the place of the girl child now, everybody is endowed with a talent, right? And I want you to look at it on a broader scope. I usually don't like to put the boy child away. Because whatever effort anybody puts into a girl child
should also be put into
a boy child. Now, when this effort fails to be put into play, given that many families will say, life is hard, we don't have food, children now start going outside to look for a source of living on behalf of the family. Now, would you say you rightly said economic hardship, you know, plays a role. But what are your thoughts as regards other fundamental problems when we look at this discourse, especially with the fact that many people don't get justice? This has happened to Adeju just now. Everybody is petrified. People are pissed off. I am pissed off. I'm sure you equally are pissed off. Of course, this is someone's child. Why is it that there is no justice at the end for these women?
Now, you see that we, in Nigeria, we find ourselves in a country that when people like us, like you, the media speaks, nobody listens. No one cares. Now, Watch have been talking on this, domesticate laws that can help to cope all these things.
But we have lots of bodies. We have the Child Rights Act. We have the Violence Against People Prohibition. All of those are there guiding domestic problems.
We have them there.
Right.
Now, when these things are being perpetrated, how many is taken to it? How many is taken, as in taking effect, implemented against them? I don't know if you understand.
I do.
Now, a child is caught in an act. You arrest that child. When that child is arrested and the needed money that whosoever arrested that child demand, that child gets freedom. And when the child gets freedom, he goes and do ×3 You understand?
Right.
He commit more crimes and say, yes, is it not when I pay the money, I will come out? Are you seeing?
Right.
Now, but when a child is arrested and that police officer said, there's no paying of money, you go nowhere. The law must take its course on you.
Right.
Do you think that that thing will increase?
Now, when we say
in the society,
when we say the law must take its course, now in the case of Christiana, the boy was arrested. He's still in prison.
He's still in prison.
Now, do you think that this long wait time?
That's what I'm saying.
Because where I'm driving at now. When I was growing up, I used to hear, I grew up in town, in Port Harcourt at the time. My father would always say, at Tourist Beach, they used to shoot people when they are convicted. The child
and the get child rights and the rest of them. But when the house is not in order, can anyone remain focused? The answer is no. Isn't it?
Right.
From the time 8 years back to this present time now, we would have said we are having a good sale, a good ride with the current administration we have in Rivers State, which is the governor of Sasimilaye Fubara.
Right.
But at the national, at other states, yeah, we are yet to act because it's not as high, it's not happening the way it's happening in other states. Just like you read now, you can see that somehow I will say now, which here in River State, at least our advocacy has been giving us some positive results. Okay. Because why? The crime of rape has reduced. That of ritual parts and the rest has also reduced. It's now going to other states. Are you seeing it? So that is why, for me, that was my plan, that if these things should be happening in River State, this is the step we have to take. To go out and protest. Yes, we have to protest. And we have to write to all the media houses to down too.
Now,
so that we can protest to the House of Assembly and let this thing be stopped. But I thank God that we took a bold step.
Okay.
We visited the Commissioner of Police I think 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we told them that this is what, when the ritualists, this work, their activities were so high.
Yes, because there was a ritualist that was killing girls in lots of hotels at that time in River State.
We took action. We went to the Commissioner of Police. We told the Commissioner of Police, this is what we want. That at every point, police should mount their point to, and not only that, that they should also monitor the movement of these Yahoo boys and ritualists. And then put a desk, violence against women, girls, in all their stations.
Okay.
So that if and is taken to court or to the police, we hand it the legal people, which is the feeder, takes it up from there.
Okay.
So I can't now, as Nawoch chairperson, says that we relax or we stopped. Okay. It's still going on with the feeder.
Now, is there some kind of a synergy where when these cases are, met in court and when they are handled, women and children, all of these ministries, all the feeder and everybody that knows that, okay, we want to stand against these vices, right? What methodology do you think we should come together to amplify our voice?
The state.
Do we have to wait?
It's some safety. Trying to meander.
But that's a developmental issue.
But now, what I'm saying is, if there are issues in River State, issues that are so provocative issues,
okay,
one can take such measures. But right now, as I'm talking to you, we have peace, absolute peace in River State. The violence we are talking about is not on there. increase.
You know, I just asked you, do we have to wait for it? Because when these things happen, it's someone's child, it's someone's sister, it's someone.
They will have skill. What's the now?
So we have to.
You stress yourself as chairperson, you are heading an NGO, nobody gives you attention, nobody cares about what you do, as in what you do does not count. In a country like Nigeria, go to other states, they will treat you like gold. Now, those women ended up on that place. Sure, we will.
Thank you so much, Beryl. I'm grateful for your insights on that one. Cultural norms that devalue women and promote violence is crucial. Creating safe spaces for survivors, offering counseling and financial assistance, and creating future generations about respect and equality are also vital. We'll go on a quick break, and when we get back, we'll go right into the rest of the stories. Please stay with us. Institution's premises. In a separate incident in Ogun State, the Nigeria Security and Defense Corps reported that 8 teenagers allegedly gang raped and filmed a 14-year-old girl in Ijebu-Mushin area. Cases in other states paint a similarly grim picture. In Kogi, a man was arrested, for also allegedly defiling a 3-year-old girl, leaving her parents devastated and demanding swift justice. This goes on and on and on and on and on and on in different states, and it makes you wonder: are our voices amplified enough on what the Child Rights Act says? Now,
we have various NGOs talking on this same issue, child's rights, this and that, and the rest of them. The issue of rape and the rest of it, they are not new. But I thank God that
now when we talk about River State,
to other states, it must surely
in River State is equally a teenager, raping a 3-year-old baby,
a minor,
a little baby girl,
child.
And he didn't even try to do it the normal way. He actually went anally and pretty much damaged the girl. So it's not an isolated case where we say it happens. It probably happens in real estate.
It's just like we have also said on the first discussion we had. If the law is really implemented, it will cope or reduce this thing to its barest minimum. There is no any state what happened to her in the past. It's not an easy something. So whoever is doing that, all these our governments in all other states, even in my state, it should be
as a core course.
It should be. I won't even advocate for that.
I think you should put that in part of the things we are advocating for.
It should be. In the church, it should be. That is the religious body.
Yes.
At home, it should be. Like yesterday, my daughter was telling me that while I was taking her to school, that one uncle was calling her every time, calling her by her name when she went to see her friend in their house. And I asked, which uncle is that? She said, uncle. She called the name. And I said, did your uncle, that is our own brother, my brother, knew that uncle was calling you? She said, no. I said, why not tell him? She said, no, I don't want to tell him. I said, why? I said, why? She said, because my brother will say she should not be friend to him. Are you seeing? And I said, do you know that uncle that's calling you by your name is not my brother and is not close to you? So don't That's why now another instance is I have a housemaid, and then because of the background she had, she told me, "Mommy, the girl, she was a new house help."
Okay.
And she said, the girl, when she's bathing me, she puts hand, you know, into my body. But mommy, when you bathe me, you said this is how we bathe.
Right.
Watching it, I stopped her from bathing my child. You see it? I took it, I started doing it myself. Come to me and tell me, I said, no, stop. I send her away. I don't know if you get.
Right.
My child cannot report something to me once and I take it lightly. No, I don't. And people say, you're too protective of the child. I say, I have to. I'm an activist.
Parents together. Many women, I will give you one quick illustration before we wrap up the show. A boy came to his mother. I was, laying down in my apartment and my neighbors, and he was saying, "Mommy, what is blockers?"
See?
The mother said, "Shut up your mouth. Where did you hear that kind of thing?" Do you have
sex education must
now?
Go
What
on
form
everywhere.
of sensitization in your capacity as Nwatch president do you think should be put in place